Alrighty, so how's it going, everyone? This is Josh here, and it's been a long time since I've actually done a video where it's just me playing a video game and stuff. So that's interesting. I know that I haven't really done this in a while. The last time I've really done anything like gaming related was with the Resident Evil 4 remake demo, which was really fun. So the reason why I'm making this video, for a couple of reasons. It's a somewhat of an update video, kind of regarding like what we're gonna do, for like future content within the channel. Because as you guys know, school has pretty much started this week, and by school I mean I go to college. So that's we all know how that goes. And obviously with me doing that and then with work, obviously making YouTube videos are going to be a little difficult. So I figure obviously what I'll have to do is kind of plan stuff ahead of time. And this is not the first time I've done something like this too. Pretty much I pre-record everything when it comes to the toy reviews and all that. And of course, most importantly, I really want to get my hands on doing gaming content again, because the last time I did anything where it was like anything like playthroughs and all that was when I was playing Doom, the original Doom, obviously. And I did the second game too, but I didn't do it to completion. And since it's been a really long time since I played Doom 2, I don't even remember what part I left it on. I think it was like maybe part 13 or 12, but I hate that I had to kind of stop continuing those, because admittedly they weren't really doing as well as I would have hoped they were. Except for the YouTube shorts, but we all know how that goes. YouTube is kind of a rabbit hole when it comes to YouTube shorts, and honestly I really hate that, where they pretty much love to focus on that. And before I move on, I know we're just thinking, Josh, out of all the games you can play, why are you playing Devil May Cry 2? And honestly, I don't know. I mean, I know Devil May Cry 2, it's not really like in high regards. A lot of people kind of consider this a bad game, but it is a game that I've been playing since I was a kid, so I don't know. I guess it kind of has that sort of nostalgia value to it. So that's another thing too. I want to start playing like different stuff, so it's not always going to be just Doom. I definitely want to get my hands on playing like some Resident Evil games. Definitely Devil May Cry for sure. And the reason why that's always been sort of like my top pick is because even like during my beginnings of YouTube, like during my first YouTube channel, I actually did like an experiment where it was just me pretty much playing Devil May Cry, and I did an entire playthrough. It had about 20 parts, and I played the second game too, but that one was of course incomplete because I kind of had a bit of a falling out with that. I just wasn't really enjoying doing these as much. And I'm not sure if it has maybe less to do with like the views and all that, because it is what it is. But I remember that there was a very weird short time where for some odd reason my YouTube videos, whenever they get views, for some odd reason they just kind of went down too. Like I'll go from like 74 views on one of my playthroughs to going back to like 4 or 5, which I thought was very weird. So obviously that had to be a glitch thing. And don't get me wrong, stuff like that, I understand. It comes with the territory. YouTube is not a perfect platform, like, at all. It still has its fair share of issues and all that, which I won't really get into too much here, because I just want to get to the point and say that, yes, I would like to go back to doing gaming content. But don't let that stray away from the normal content I usually do. I will still do, stuff like toy reviews and all that. That doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing those, because I know that the moment I say that, I remember even during my first YouTube channel, a lot of people were like kind of wondering like, oh, when is the next Ultimate toy review and all that, and I remember getting like so annoyed, because I was like, hold up, I didn't forget about that. It's just I gotta prioritize. So definitely I gotta prioritize more than ever, because my YouTube channel has been doing very well, and I would like to kind of keep track of like where it's going and stuff, but also kind of at least sort of not be late to the party when it comes to other stuff like the toy reviews and all that. Like, I know that the Ninja Turtles film has been around for a while, and I still haven't even gotten to reviewing all the figures yet. So that's definitely on my list of stuff I need to do for the channel before I can really go off and do other future projects. And of course, not to mention that, with gaming, that's something that I definitely want to do for a very long time. So I would like to explore that a little bit with this channel. And I had some of my friends come up to me and tell me, Josh, why can't you just do a new YouTube channel? Because I do have 2 YouTube channels that I don't use. But the reason why, it's because obviously when you're starting all over, it's very, very difficult. Growing here on this platform is not as elusive as it was before. It wasn't as easy. It's not like back then where you can make a couple channels and then it's like you could kind of get the gist of what you're doing. You know, not really. That's all changed now. And I get it. That's BS talk. It's totally BS talk. It's like, yeah, you probably heard like hundreds and thousands of YouTubers talk about this sort of stuff, but the thing is, it's true. This is stuff that kind of plays the website and it doesn't really allow any sort of growth. So you kind of have to experiment the way you want to with your content because no one's going to do it for you. You know, the least you can do is try out what works and then what doesn't. I even went as far as to put up a poll saying that if anyone was interested in maybe seeing that type of stuff. And, you know, a couple of votes, 8 votes at least. You know, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it does sound like a lot to me for a small channel. My channel has about, I think as of now, 868 subscribers, which is very good. But it's definitely like my most viewed channel. Like comparing it to my old one that actually has a lot more. Definitely when it comes to like the views, the channel growth, the analytics, pretty much everything. I'm a lot more satisfied with this channel than my old one, so hopefully I will use them for something in the future, but I am still not 100% sure what I want to do with them. But gaming is definitely not one of them. It's hard to really kind of tread those waters, especially considering I have one old YouTube channel that has 1,060 subs, and then another one that has only 80, and it's like, okay, what can you really do? So I could try maybe something different because obviously gaming is very, very hard. Because like I say, if you're just playing something all willy-nilly just because, understandably, yeah, you're not really going to get the sort of audience you're really looking for. So obviously there's going to be a lot of trial and error. So we'll definitely try to experiment with something on here. And I really do mean that. So that's definitely what you guys are going to expect. You know, later on during this channel for at least, you know, the next couple months or so. Obviously, like I say, I'm still going to do the usual shtick, you know, I'm still going to do the talk videos, the toy hunts, the toy reviews, so that's not like that's not going to happen, or that I'm going to stop those just because I got college. It's just that, you know, it's just something I thought I'd let you guys know on, because, you know, I can't be doing the same stuff forever. That I have to, you know. Especially if I get stuff, you know, busy, you know, with life shit and all that just makes it even more harder, you know? So it's like, what kind of content can I do, you know, what can I put out was kind of semi-easy, you know what I mean? But like, it's also something I'm interested in doing, you know? Because doing stuff like this, it's not, like I said, it's not easy, it's never easy, you know? Especially, you know, when it doesn't get much traction, that does hurt, you know? And obviously that's not on anyone, of course, you know, that's just how the system works, how the algorithm sort of favors, you know, like, whatever content people are watching. So obviously, like, if there's a new game that comes out, you know that's going to be the first thing that gets, like, the most attraction. And holy shit, do I hate fighting these guys, but you get the point. So I don't think I need to elaborate anymore on what I want to do. I think I pretty much said everything I really needed to. So yeah, expect something, you know, hopefully different in the next couple months or so. Like I say, as a little experiment, I want to really try and use, you know, give it a try, do something new. I mean, if it doesn't work out, obviously, you know, it's a no-brainer that it's not going to work, but you never know. Like I say, I don't want to be just doing the same stuff over and over and over again, so I gotta change it up somehow. So I hope you guys appreciate that. So in the meantime, thank you guys, you know, same as always. So I'm